Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Black Ice with me, Alpha Pi Omega, and Greater German Reich. So we are a few days away from October and both of our operations that we are currently running are going great. The Operation Edelweiss is coming to fruition. We are entering the area of the Russian oil fields, and the Operation Oststoß is probably finished. We are actually currently going to occupy Stalingrad. There are some reinforcements coming, but they will not be in time. Stalingrad will fall to us unless there is something that I'm missing. And then the operation is just going to continue by securing the surrounding area, at which point we can consider this area done, this operation closed. And we can focus on Edelweiss throughout the winter because, we're dangerously low on fuel. And we have operations running in Syria, which are way more important for us right now because this front is collapsing. So we need to push towards Baghdad. We are going to be able to do that very soon. The Marines are going to be done training in a month, at which point we're going to send them there, and we'll have 10 attack divisions and a full army. I think it's the 14th army that's on its way now. Is it 14th? Where are you guys? Here you are. No, 16th. Okay, 16th Infantry Army is moving there, while the 14th Infantry Army, I believe, is coming here as a support, but not entirely sure. Where's the 14th Infantry Army? I might be... Nope, I am correct. They're coming down. Oh, actually we send them all the way to Krasnodar. So what is the army that's in the north called? This one. So that's 17th Infantry Army. Okay, so 17th Infantry Army is coming to support the north, 14th Infantry Army is coming to support the south, and 16th Infantry Army is going to Syria. I also want to address a couple of comments you guys made between the episodes, the new ones I mean. So, the most important one is that Ziknop 8343 mentioned that I should start producing the jet aircraft. And I don't want to. I don't want to. Not in the way that he mentioned, but in a way he was right. I'm going to explain what I mean. The fact is that we have researched our first jet aircraft. We are currently sitting at 1,288 fighters in reserve, producing additional 10, and we have upgraded all of our aircraft to the new model. So when we look at the stockpile, you will see that we have about 427 of the most modern K2 fighters. So we are good. We are good. But what Ziknop mentioned is that we should switch the K2 fighter for the new jet fighter. Though that's the thing, we have researched a couple. We researched the interceptor here. We researched the Motorola, and we researched the jet fighter. So the jet fighter is actually the one that we should switch this for, but I don't want to do that. The Henkel 162 is just not better, and I'm going to show you why. If we invested everything into it and made it as strong as possible, you will see that its attack will be 30.33. Well, our K2 fighter has an air attack of 26.91. So, yeah, it has a higher air attack, but its agility is 53 compared to 71, so its defense is way lower. Air defense is also 23, while this one has 26. And while it is faster, it has 914 kilometers of speed. The range is pretty much the same, 814 kilometers on the older one compared to 885. And the IC cost, so industrial cost, is more than half higher. The current model is 36.67, while the new one is 52.89. But this is actually not what Ziknop has suggested. He suggested that we go with the Messerschmitt 262A jet. which is way better. That one actually has a decent amount of extra strength. So when we look at this one, you can see that the range is about 200 kilometers higher. Its air attack is nearly double. Its agility, okay, is still much lower, but air defense is higher by 5 points. Reliability is, okay, lower by 10 points, but max speed is also about 170 kilometers higher. And the reason why this one isn't the one that I started talking about is because this is a Motorola and this is a fighter, so these are different types of aircraft. The fact is also that for the cost of one of the Messerschmitts, or the upgraded Messerschmitts, we can get two BF-109s. So the question is, we could tone down the production of the K2 fighters significantly and start working on the Messerschmitts. Probably we could kill the production of the heavy fighters as well. Just say, for example, two factories on that and about 10 factories on this one, and assign 25 factories to the Motorola. And we haven't been using Motorola's at all, so we could use this one because they also have ground attack and they got the interception ability, and they can do naval targeting, I believe, as well. Not entirely sure what roles they can do completely. We can check it on the research screen. But I believe these Motorola's are basically supposed to substitute everything that we have with Veranda fighters. Wait, I'm confused. Oh, here they are. Had a brain freeze there. Yeah, so they can do everything. They can do air superiority, close air support, interception, naval strike, and port strike. So these are the best ones, but I still don't understand why this jet fighter should be even here, because it's just worse in every way. And I just don't know, am I missing something? Is there some technology that's going to make them much, much stronger? When we look at the engineering, they're probably done. So the jet engine improvements increases range and max speed. Now I understand that that is an early jet, but it's just generally weird. So while Zignab has brought up an interesting point, I'm not sure how to treat it. Anyway, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start producing the Motorola's. Because, we A, have so much XP that we can just do it, and B, it's a natural progression, and we actually have everything that we want. We have a big stockpile, and we have so many aircraft available that it's not such a big thing. So let's call this the MA262A1 to signify that it's a different aircraft. It's going to cost us a ton of extra resources though. Doesn't matter, it is a natural progression. So I'm going to put 20 factories there and 4 from here. And we're also going to start tuning down the closer support a bit. So let's put 2 more factories here. And now let's put the medium bomber there as well, because these are going to be, generally speaking, the new generation. So we need a ton of extra resources, so let's just get those. We'll need extra tungsten, which is fine, and aluminum. I think we might have enough, but we'll see after the reset. So that was one thing that I wanted to mention. Second thing that was brought up by Lucas24997 was that after we're done with taking a Stalingrad, we should be maybe able to do the Turkey focus. So let me see where it is and what the requirements are, because he might be right. So we can do the befriend Turkey. Gains German Turkish diplomacy focus. Fascist influence. Okay. And if we wanted to puppet them, We would need Iraq and Iran free. But that would give us a puppet. And I think that puppet might be better than befriending them. We'll see how the offensive in Iraq and Iran's gonna go, because if it goes well, we might actually wait for the puppeting. I don't know, the befriending, I don't think we'll be able to invite them into faction. Different ideology. Yeah, we would need to wait for them to flip fascist, which is gonna be 4 extra years, and I don't think that's worth it. So we'll see. We'll see. Okay, and last but not least, Lucas also mentioned that we should start thinking about the peace conference. Honestly, when the Soviets fall and collapse, which is still going to be a while, and I'm going to explain why. When they collapse, I think this playthrough is done, because we have achieved everything that we wanted. And I'm going to move to a new mod called Last Days of Europe, which is basically a Cold War mod where Germany won the Second World War, and it's about the death of Hitler and the aftermath, which is, as much as I learned about it, because I don't want to spoil it for myself, and I'm looking forward to it. But I don't have any ambitions on, you know, conquering the United States and stuff like that. We've pretty much neutered them already, so let's not do that. Anyway, I think with that said, we can actually unpause the game and see what is gonna happen next. Mostly interested in seeing the resources. Okay, so we got more aluminum than we needed. Wait, so we can tone that down, but we need more tungsten. Way more tungsten and way more chromium. Okay, that ought to do it. Yep. And that production is hard. Nice, sank 2 destroyers and a torpedo boat. Yeah, our navies are doing great. And manpower is starting to come back on, because Hungary sent us reinforcements. Okay, and we got another motorized division here for the 12th Motorized Army. So let's check, do we have any traits available? Commando and skirmisher. Sure. Let's give you Commando 2. What about you? Oh, sure. Defensive Doctrine 3. Anything else here? Nope. Looks like that's all. Yeah, producing about 2 per day. Let's see how it's gonna go. Let's see how that's gonna go. And we finished yet another ship, haven't we? Oh, but this is a Frankfurt class cruiser. That is good. Okay, and we have these 3 destroyers. I wanted to send all of these ships together to support the second Kriegsmarine. Games Sweden. That's not that necessary. How many? Okay. Bismarck class. That's not entirely bad. Extra speed. Anti-air. What about the heavy attack? And so heavy attack would go up, but we need better guns here. This is a bit tricky. So let's start working on more cruiser subs, because we need those to neuter the rest of the area. So how are you guys doing? Taking Stalingrad? The fall of Stalingrad. Advancing German spearheads have seized Stalingrad, Stalin's namesake city on the banks of the Volga. After finding their way through the ruins, Stalingrad tracked the factory and seizing the strategically vital Maiev Kurgan Heights. The Germans have forced the last of their defenders across the Volga. So basically they took the Kurgan Heights and they were fighting in the factory, but they never really pushed all of the units. I know there was like a little small area that the Soviets still controlled at one point, so we managed to eliminate that one as well. According to unconfirmed reports, nice, you get extra skill. Holdouts from the Red Army fighting together with partisans have retreated into sewers and basements to continue their struggle. No significant organized resistance is believed to remain, however. This is kind of funny because after the German armies have surrendered in Stalingrad in 1943, that was, early 1943, there were, exactly as is mentioned here, little pockets and partisan forces all the way up until 1945, I think, of disheveled Germans just hiding in the rubble and fighting after, the fight has been long over. Another thing that's actually interesting is that Hitler actually gave an order that once Stalingrad has fallen, all the males in the city were to be shot and all of the women to be deported to concentration camps. So taking Stalingrad was actually a horrifying prospect for the Soviets, because if that happened, I mean, that would have been a nightmare. So let's start securing the surrounding areas. How are we gonna take this? So I think we can keep just 4 divisions here. You guys are gonna go over here. I'm gonna support the attack. We need to take the bank so that we have a bit more of a area control here. Okay, this is going well. Okay, you guys need to attack here and make sure that we repel them. Are you attacking across the river? You are. Well, it's not exactly great. But yeah, Stalingrad has fallen. Now, I mentioned in the beginning that it might still be a long time before the Soviet Union is going to give up, and this is why. We had them at 67%, I believe, at the beginning of this episode, and now they're at 72%. So 30 points that you can see here, 30 victory points, are 5%. So 1% is 5 victory points. Meaning we need to get additional 120 victory points. I have no idea where we're gonna get that, to be quite honest. Astrakhan is 3, Grozny is 5. Okay, we have 1, 2. There are some here. Gore, Tbilisi is 5. I know that Baku was valuable. It's 10, yeah. Tabriz is 3. Astrakhan is 3. Saratov is 5. We are just gonna have to go and push like insane. Have they moved their capital all the way to Volgograd? Sorry, not Volgograd, Vladivostok. They haven't. But where the hell is their capital now? Oh, here, in Gorky. Well, yeah, we're gonna have to take just the huge tracts of land still. It's nowhere near end. Okay, what's going on here? You are crazy. Why aren't they supporting you? You were never meant to do this alone. Okay, you've got to be kidding me here, right? Okay, join this attack. Oh hell. I remember that we were supposed to push here. Why haven't we? When they still control this area around the lake, that's not what I wanted to see. So let's push them. We're gonna do little adjustments to the border, but I really have to get into the mindset of, you know, the season's over basically. We're just gonna do little things here and there, and we're gonna be done. Okay, so the regiments, or 15 divisions, not regiments, are coming. Okay, so the area around Stalingrad is looking better by the day. You just need to connect around here and make sure that we push them away. I have no plan of crossing the river here at this point anyway, but we really do need to make sure that they don't do too much damage here. Okay, you take... no. You support this attack. Okay, try this again. The Mountains are just kicking ass here, that's just amazing, but I still don't want to risk any large-scale operations at this point. So how are we doing on the Messerschmitts? Jet motor, we got 7 in reserve now, cool. Cool, good. How are the skies doing? Yeah, they're still... they still have a distinctive superiority on us. Okay. This is just bad logistics situation. There just isn't enough as an airfield here. I might just have to, you know, go and be a little crazy here and just build a massive airfield there. It's not going to be that expensive, so let's just go ham and build a massive airfield in Kemerovo. That is close enough to 3 areas, so we'll be able to deal with it. Okay, so these fights are going well. Okay, you can support this attack. Let's make sure we push them back. Okay, more units in here. We do have reserve armies here. So let's take this 9th Infantry Army, send them here. Make sure send you guys in here. And we'll need to send these Quebec's divisions south. Okay, we got a decent amount of manpower now, so it might be good for us to strengthen the Quebecsjäger here. Okay, you can now support this attack to push them away. This is just not going well. Yeah, we'll need to support this attack again once we can and do it a bit more tactically. Okay, winning here. Winning in here. Do I have any SS Panzer Division? Okay, so you're the ones that are getting the cavalry tanks that we are now producing. So send you in here because we really need you in the reserve, and I'll take the 3 of you and send you to the front as well, because we're not having enough frontline units, to be quite honest. Okay, so this one is almost done. Amazing. So we can support this, and you can support this. Oh, and we finished factories. So what are we short on? Trains and heavy artillery, aren't we? Yeah, these guys are getting better. The self-propelled is getting better. You guys are getting better. Okay, trains are getting much better. Mechanized mortars are getting better. Yeah, heavy artillery and trains. So let's throw more factories on heavy artillery and more on trains. I'm producing about 1.5 per day. Gonna get to roughly maybe even 2 of these new factories. We'll see. Why aren't you supporting this? That should be an easy task. Okay, taking an airfield here, that is amazing. 400 aircraft, huh? It's actually pretty good. Yeah, October is here. Okay, you guys were supposed to go there, so do that. You can support this attack. Okay, how's Sarah ever being pushed back from Rudba as well? But our army is going to get here very soon. Yep. They're on their way. Just a couple more days and we'll turn the tide completely. Okay, running here. Yeah, definitely need to pull these guys out of there. Because that is... I mean, we can do this here. Just push the enemy units away from there. And once we're done with that, we are going to maneuver southwards. But we'll still need more divisions here. I have a feeling it might be time to actually put you guys into work so that we can free up the mountaineers. We'll see how that's gonna go. We still got time. Time is actually on our side here. Arkhangelsk, huh? Capital shipyard. Quite a lot of divisions here. First Infantry Army. Where are you guys located? All across the front. So I'll send you to here, to Cherepovets, because I'd like to take a bit of a bulk here. I don't like the fact that they are so close to us at this point. So we might actually try to take Vologda and push here. What? Yeah, that was weird. Why couldn't we take it? So the Satterfield has still not been taken. Okay, the heavy fighting here is almost done. I like that. Okay, nice. This means that we can do this. Pick on this lone division here. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. There's a ton of enemy destructive potential here. I could command those divisions down here and finish the encirclement, which would actually be pretty good. So we finish the heavy anti-tank. 12.8 centimeter gun. So that was most likely for you, right? Yeah. Yep, definitely. We want the 12.8 centimeter gun. Okay, you guys are advancing. Why don't you guys help? I mean, we're doing fine, but the fact that we're leaving them alone in that is not helpful to any of our operations. So, I mean, come on. Yeah, and we're gonna close this off. Good. We need to control all of the sides of the lake. Okay, this area has fallen to us as well. This area has fallen to us as well. Yeah, Stalingrad is becoming kind of secure. It's good. You guys advanced. You guys gonna take quite some time. It's mountainous area, so it's taking quite some time, but we're doing our best. Yeah, this pocket could be easily closed off by a quick strike by armor divisions, but I think we're fine. Okay, and we're importing way more stuff than we need. So let's save a bit of... Wait, no, not you. Nope. Okay, let's try this way. And oh my god, aluminum were... I should have checked that earlier. Yeah, we're doing good. Decisions available. Building the castles. Let's unite people. Let's fight united. Oh, we can train the workforce. Cool, that's a good one. And I think that plans in the end we're not doing all that good as far as that goes. We haven't finished a single task there. Okay, this is not good. Are we reinforcing? We are, okay. So at this point you guys can actually go and support significantly. This is the area where we need to keep it done. Okay, schools 5. I'm really just scraping the barrel. There's not much that I do want to get, yeah. It's just we're taking whatever we can at this point. Prefabrication 2. And on that note, I'm gonna end the episode here. So Operation Oststoß is doing good. Stalingrad has fallen. We control it now, and we are just gonna need to secure the surrounding area. While Operation Edelweiss is progressing smoothly. Have we increased the casualties on the Soviet side? Yeah, by about 100,000. And we are pretty much done for the winter, I think. We're just gonna do a small scale operations. Fuel is increasing, which is good, but other than that, we are just gonna hold. And the mountaineers need to get a better hold of this area, and we need to continue a push. They don't have enough forces in here, though. I mean, these are all planes. If I send in a tank division, we could cut from Volgodonsk to Astrakhan fairly fast. I have to think about that, because that sounds like a good idea, basically, you know, disrupting their communication from the north to south and making sure that they cannot move their divisions freely. Well, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me. Now, see you in the next episode.